You know the feeling, don't you? You set huge goals on Monday, you're going to crush the gym, you're going to learn that new skill, you're going to eat perfectly. But somewhere between Tuesday afternoon and that 6 a.m. alarm on Wednesday, the motivation evaporates. You feel lazy, you feel weak, and that cycle of setting expectations and then immediately self-sabotaging, it's not just crushing your goals, it's actively eroding your self-confidence. What you're really struggling with isn't laziness. It's the lack of a reliable, high-pressure system for consistency. We all think discipline is this innate gift bestowed upon the hyper-successful, but it's not. It's a skill. And if there's one group on the planet that has mastered turning fear, exhaustion, and fatigue into relentless, winning action, it's the Navy SEALs. Today, I'm breaking down 5 brutal, non-negotiable mental shifts that SEALs use to build unbreakable discipline, the kind that wins wars and builds empires, whether you're in a boardroom or a combat zone. First, you have to adopt the 40% rule. David Goggins talks about this constantly. When your mind tells you that you are absolutely done, that you can't take another step, that you have to quit, you are actually only 40% utilized. Your physical body and your nervous system have built-in safety mechanisms that scream, "Stop," long before you reach real failure. Discipline isn't about ignoring the pain, it's about intentionally pushing past that automated alarm bell. When you hear the voice saying, "I can't," the disciplined response is, "That's exactly when I start counting." This practice rewires your pain tolerance and creates massive mental resilience. The second shift is to dominate the smallest task. You've heard the famous advice about making your bed, and it sounds cliche until you understand the deep psychological weight behind it. For a SEAL, that perfectly squared blanket isn't about cleanliness. It's the first non-negotiable win of the day. If you can't display the discipline and attention to detail required to complete a 2-minute task perfectly, how are you ever going to handle massive operational complexity? Win the first micro battle, and that momentum carries into the next task and the next. Discipline isn't about huge sacrifices. It's the compounding interest of tiny, precise commitments. My third point is to master your internal landscape through breathing. Discipline often fails when emotional turbulence hits: panic, frustration, anger. When you're stressed, you operate from the limbic system, not the rational cortex. SEALs train specifically to counteract this using what they call tactical breathing or box breathing. It's simple. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. Doing this just 5 times instantly downshifts your nervous system, pulling you out of panic and back into control. Discipline isn't just about forcing yourself to act. It's about creating the biological conditions necessary for clear, powerful decision-making under duress. Next, you need to eliminate the power of choice. Willpower is finite. Every single mundane decision you make, what to wear, what to eat, what time to start that project, drains your discipline reserve. SEALs operate on checklists and standard operating procedures. COPs because ambiguity invites failure. You must automate the hard parts of your life, lay out your workout clothes the night before, pre-prep the meals you hate cooking, set irreversible triggers. Discipline isn't something you rely on in the moment of weakness, it's the system you build today so you don't have to think tomorrow. Remove the decision, and you remove the debate. Finally, and this is the heavy hitter, anchor discipline to identity. Most people say, "I need to be more disciplined." That frames discipline as an external goal or a temporary behavior. The SEAL identity is built around the concept that they are a highly disciplined operator. You need to shift from saying, "I want to lift weights," to "I am the kind of person who never misses a scheduled workout." When you face a moment of weakness, you don't ask, "Do I feel like doing this?" You ask, "What would the disciplined version of me do right now?" When your actions align with your identity, the battle against resistance disappears because choosing discipline becomes choosing who you fundamentally are. Look, discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about minimizing the gap between what you know you should do and what you actually do. It's a daily contract with yourself. Stop waiting for motivation to strike, start trusting your system, start embracing the suck, and start operating from the identity of the person who doesn't quit. If this idea of building unbreakable resilience hit home for you, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want more actionable strategies to upgrade your life and your mind. And tell me in the comments, which of these 5 mental shifts are you committing to mastering starting right now? Let's make this the year you stop dreaming and start dominating.